off, and given how slow it's been to begin with, neither side really committing to taking an objective so far. I'm wondering when that first catch comes through. It's been 5 minutes and no kills.
Yeah, this looks like it may well be it. You can see there's the challenge coming straight through, so they're going to lock up Kenko. Not really the one they were looking for, in fairness. Go for that center, so didn't really manage to land it. Got to keep your eye on that ball as well around the mid lane at the moment. It's just a very much a trade back and forward, but I got to be honest, Sangal have come out on top with a lot of hit points, whereas Supermassive Blaze have just been shredded down, and now finally the top laner arrives. This is Bambi just simply committing to try go for the smite fight. Doesn't work out.
Really tried his best there, no, but it is secured away by Sengal. I think a little bit early on that smite, but I appreciate it. I understand the idea and what it was they were going for, and with the jungler down, bearing in mind, relatively low respawn timers, ults are mostly down for both sides, a couple on the side of Supermassive Blaze. They're going to turn straight towards the Herald here, but the Pantheon's back on. The Camille and the Orianna, not anywhere near this fight. You might see the Pantheon ult in here.
Well, Lonely Kid living up to his name right now, all alone, waiting for the rest of his team to arrive. Finally, will manage to get the Grand Challenge down onto Nisa there. Should be able to lock out the kill, but the Red Herald will go over to the red team. And that's all they wanted, the Rift Herald going picked up. But they are going to lose, what, 2-3 for the chance. And they've kind of overcommitted a little bit there.
Yeah, and you give the Vayne 2 kills as well. What a way to accelerate her mid-game at level 8 at this point. So halfway on that journey to absolute night terrors for the other team. But that was, oh, the flash forward and the stun to the wall.
Okay. I mean, he's managed to get the flash stun. It worked out. They've got to trade the damage, though, at the moment. The Vayne does, in the end, get away, but the Mundo goes down. It was a 1-for-1 trade.
The Fiora going in, but did bait out a number of cooldowns, and we mentioned the lack of ultimates for Sengal. It's a very, very smart fight coming out of Supermassive. Now we'll see what the focus is. You've got the Pantheon moving on towards the bottom side, I think. More running away from those in the mid lane. A big engage coming in, and again, it's the Varus being caught out.
Ah, and he got pinned beautifully once again there. They turn it back around. It's going to be 2. Can they make it 3, or will they just simply get the tower here? This is going to be Supermassive really turning things on. You know, Sangala were happy just to retreat back to simple lane plays and got completely caught napping.
And they get the first tower as well. Again, mega play for Supermassive. Unfortunately for the Varus, no flash online. Understandable, you can't really get away, but you should be respecting that. Orianna, Varus, 2 of the worst champions that you can have without flash up, for example, for getting yourself isolated, especially when there's something like a Camille on side, the Pantheon on side. It is such a kill lane in the mid lane, yet right now, they are feasting on cool effects on that Varus.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they're feeding the Vayne, and you can see 304, 7,000 gold compared to 5,900 on that's just not good. And there you go, just items pinging into place, looking great right now, and that's going to cause a real problem in the next team fight.
It's just so
which is happening right now, actually, on the picture-in-picture. I can see they're getting involved immediately as we look at the replay. Sangal actually going for the middle turrets, so they're engaging as well. As we pull out the replay, let's have a look at what's going on here. The Mundo will get caught out. The tower did go down. In the end, it was a trade. Supermassive picking up the kill with the Rift Herald being pressured on them by Sangal.
I'm not so sold on that call, to be honest with you, D-Member, because the Drake just came up, and look, it's a Cloud Drake. Most teams don't really care about it at this point, but I think at this point you're going to take it for free, knowing there is no way the Mundo can possibly get out of base and contest you in time. It'll be a freebie coming up to Supermassive Blaze. No huge complaints there. With nothing else, the team setting up as they are with more ultimates, more catches, another dive in.
And they're going to dive straight through the bushes. There's absolutely no vision there. The tower goes down instantly, and Supermassive Blaze just turn on the power. Straight in, straight around. That's a bit of a deep dive in the end there. Realizing they're going to try enough to get away from that one. That's a double kill coming out for the Orianna there. So nicely worked out to counter it in the end, but it was a 2-for-2 trade with another tower falling.
I mean, okay, better. There was some bounce back there. The Orianna was present for that fight. This is always going to be the fear, though, right? Supermassive Blaze going to engage onto someone so quickly and burst them out before the rest of the team can respond. If you get into a spot where you've got the center there, for example, she's bringing out the ultimate. Someone's got barrier on side, of which both the mid laner and the AD carry do, plus the top laner, of course. If you can survive through that initial burst, you'll be just fine. But here, they managed to do survive for a second. It's a focus onto the center, and the problem is that they're focusing so heavily onto the support to start. They do get the Varus, but they overcommit for it. And then it's all down to Lemium, all by himself on the Orianna, happily picking up a double kill off the back of it. I think not so much a massive misfocus, but maybe the focus next time should be onto the Varus and then the Orianna.
Oh, and speaking of, they're going straight back into it. No messing around here. This is going to be a top kill, and this should be picked up by Supermassive here. They're certainly looking stronger at the moment. The Mundo finally arrives, but it's already 2 down, and now he's going to get turned on. What can he do? Absolutely nothing. It's just simply back away to the tower, and it is another 2 for 0 for Supermassive Blaze. Supermassive, yes, they have the gold advantage, but Sangha are trying to get the position and the vision early on, and they've already started it. Sangha, Supermassive are way out of position here. They're going to have to try and dive for it. Now they go with the aggression. I was going to try past you, but it doesn't matter because it's happening so quickly. They've got the pin onto Nisa. Nisa can do nothing about that one. Caught out the top laner, absolutely devastated. And Supermassive just showing the power that gold has given them.
I feel like I'm almost repeating myself from 5 minutes ago. Look at the order of flow. I mean, one, you found the Varus going down there with barrier still up. Flash, I think, had come on off cooldown whilst he was already dead, so that wasn't available. But what do? They focus onto cool FX and nuke him out. As soon as the Pantheon nukes in, that's pretty much the end of that one. What comes up next? They just burn their way through the rest of the team. Nisa, again, missing another big ult. You are the main disengage for your team. And twice in a crucial fight, they've missed their ultimate. It's removed the point of even having a Gragas on side. It's just completely falling apart for Sengal. What an upset this game is turning out to be.
Absolutely. Supermassive Blaze turning up here in game number 1. Now, with the Baron online, they've got the 10k gold advantage. Now it's time to turn the game in their favor and finish it off. Let's have a look at the replay, because I didn't get a chance to set you up here. So you get a chance to look.
It's totally fine. Just watch Cool FX again here. Getting caught out, you can see him grounded up by the Camille, stunned on by the Pantheon. Oh, look, he's dead in basically 2 abilities. Unlucky, I guess. Great counterplay. Ult misses from the Gragas. The healing comes off the back of the Fiora that we've seen in a couple of fights as well. Just everything combos up so well. And now that the Vayne is online, that Mundo is like a piece of paper in the front line. It doesn't matter. They're just running past him, burning through the carries, because again, that ult and the CC being provided by the Gragas simply does not exist.
Absolutely. Very, very quick set. I was expecting like okay, they've started the dragon, they're going to step away a little bit. No, they just went in. Just went straight in there. Wow, no PC can't mess with Nacris anymore. That is a big problem. Yes, the Baron is on there, of course, but you can see the damage he's put down there. The Varus finally will get around and try and help out, but at the moment, this is looking disastrous for Sangha.
I mean, that's the ult coming out of the Varus. One of those big tools that we were talking about in fights that they could really use having on side right now is offline. And a flash away from the Varus as the spear came through. Still gets tagged by it either way. Back to base they'll go on low HP. And this is where it should all fall apart for them, D-Man.
Yeah, that's just going to have to back away from this one. I don't think they could do anything about it. Nisa gets away with 0 health. Doesn't matter. That's going to be the Nexus gone. And the first game, this time, is going to try and go down. Is he going to try and follow down for an invader, or is he just going to simply go for his own blue in the Scuttle Crab? I think that's what's going to be.
Yeah, crab into blue makes sense here as well. Like, why not take it away?
Having a little peek, trying to try and get him towards the Fury there. Already used the pounce though, so won't be able to stun once again. We'll be able to get the reset in the second. Should be able to finish it off, and it will be. And that is a simple jungle pickup. No PC doing some good work, and we'll take the Wolves.
That's the early advantage they want this time round. Yeah, bit of a mistake by Nacris there, getting a little bit aggressive, being caught out. And as soon as that blue smite came out from Sangal, you just knew it was going to fall apart from there. And again, maybe they even caught one more out. Lonely Kid having to flash away.
Just around this one now. They're going to try and go for it. There's the Shins out to try and separate the team. Wanted to get Nasir out, but instead, oh yeah, caught in the bushes. Don't want that. Tank Gragas, not quite yet, but they might be able to turn the kills back around. They get themselves 1. Can they make it 2? No. Kenko will be able to get away from that one. Doesn't work out, and in the end, it is simply a 1-for-2 trade, but the tower did go down, but they're not done yet. In they go once again. The Shins tower trying to work it out. The stand behind me coming out and working wonders. That big shield from Kesko doing what it needed to. Limo will be able to survive.
Another really close fight, but 2 for 1 ultimately in favor of Supermassive Blaze. The Herald did get the second charge off on that inner tower as well, just as they went back in for that second engagement. Really close again, but even with the safer pick of the Corki on side for Cool FX, he's still one of the first going down in these fights. Look how far back he is here. Gets ulted back in by the Gragas. They flashes away and immediately burnt out by the rest of the team. Really good prioritization for Supermassive Blaze yet again onto those high damage, high value targets, and then trying to back away from there. They only lost their tank in response as well. Really good stuff. And the focus maybe from the side of Sengal. Don't really have a massive choice, admittedly, when you're being tossed about like a pinball by the Gragas. not really the best.
Uh-oh, this is not going to be a good sign. 4 versus 1 doesn't sort of work out too well, but he does manage to get himself in. The Lulu comes up. That saves the day as well. Will be able to get away. Is the Doc going to finish him off? Looks like he had an Ignite on him there, ticking away. They will be able to take the tower from this one. That's the problem. As Turkas will be able to back away from this one. Oh, they're not done. They have to evacuate. You can't just sit back in the bush. And they will, in the end, get away. A tower for 0.
Yeah, they were so invested in that tower. That we need this. We're fighting for it. We're staying. We're committing. I'm always nervous when you dive onto a Fiora because the outplay potential is real on that champion, but doesn't manage to walk away with anything magical. The support coming in, though, and again, from the right time from the Lulu. Keeps him alive. It's still a 2.5k-ish gold lead here coming out for the side of Sengal, though.
So far, the wild growth from Guys being the hero of the day, it seems. Saving not only the team fight, but obviously saving the day there on poor old Tulkas. Nacris, sorry, it was.
Oh, the timing,
but now we're setting up Inferno Drake. Okay, let's see. This is going to be a full team fight. Let's set this one up, Derry.
Yeah, I mean, Corky package online again as well at the perfect time, so picked up at the opportune moment. And that's why, again, you'll see a bit more conservation coming out of the side of Supermassive. They don't want to get themselves invested, but here we go, Sengal.
Oh, separated and completely caught out there. Couldn't get the wild growth down quick enough, unfortunately. And you can see the Lonely Kid already picked off. Nurkic also going to be focused, though. Nasser's going to start turning very well.
Oh, my word.
Look at this. Can they get the damage down? The stuns come through, but Bambi is still popping off. He's still alive and manages to get in there. And that gives Tulkas the double kill. Oh, my word, indeed. A 3 for 2 in the end, but it does look like the Drake is almost certainly going to go to Supermassive. No, they don't want to risk it.
These team fights again, the focus from Sengal is questionable, and maybe they find more Tulkas going forward, but I think that Winter's Bite is going to be enough to keep the two alive and walking away here. Oh, the flash forward. That was a little bit cheeky. Didn't get anything from it. But again, the focus. They burnt through the Ragas first, and then you've got the Zinstyle in there, ult on, Lulu ult on. The back line, they're just plugging away. The Kaiser sat there firing away pretty much free fire. The Fiora dancing around a little bit as well. And by then, Sengal had invested everything. They'd burnt through the front line, had no cooldowns left, nothing left to do any fighting with. And that's when you see it come back the other way. Watch. Lonely Kid goes down, and then the Zin comes in on the front line, gets ulted up, ult on himself as well, and he just stands in the front line. Look at this. Look at the damage onto the back 3, D-Man. No one goes down. Even the Zin is barely burning because of the ultimate. And by then, it's like, oh no, we've run out of cooldowns. We've got no more damage. And sure enough, Supermassive Blaze, turn it back around. You should not be losing a fight like that if you're that far ahead, Sengal, but that is just a real typical, I see hero, I try and kill hero, oh god, it's the wrong hero. Now we're going to find ourselves getting burnt out.
And Tulkas was completely safe throughout that. The carry just sitting at the back, completely plugging away, keeping that damage down. Looks like it was a 5v5 engage, certainly looking at one another. They want to get that tower down, but I don't feel this is going to be a great engage for Sengal. Not when Supermassive are all sat there with a tower. Stand behind me comes down. They're trying to work it out here. The Shin Style is going to be the engage that they're looking for. They want to pounce in there, get their wild growth, knock everyone up, but this time it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Sengal really trying to force it, though.
I mean, this is the thing, right? They've just forced out the Zin ult, the very thing that, you know, ruined them in the last fight because they couldn't get the damage down onto Bambi. Now that's been burnt out early, very preemptively by Bambi, a big mistake. They want to do this again. Right call to try and kill it. Here we go.
Wild Growth will save the day, but it's going to be Sengal that try and engage, but again, it's under the tower. They have to be so cautious of this. They've lost themselves their AD carry. They have to back out.
It baffles me that, again, he's got, well, Flash is about to come back up, I think. He had Barrier on side. You had the support of your team around you. And still, Cool FX is the first one going down. It just keeps on happening, D-Man. And I'm not sure if it's a... I guess I'm kind of sure. It is... Oh, well, again, the top say bye-bye Bambi. I mean, Tulkas is low. They won't want to dive for that too much. But again, even in the spots where it's really good focus coming out of Supermassive Blaze, you can't pin it all on Cool FX.
825 is probably like, oh my god, I'm in the blue buff, I'm miles away, I'm completely out of position, and sort of panic flash and get out of there. And I think that just completely threw his game off that one moment. That's what I'm giving him. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt for that. Not convinced.
just maybe because I was so focused on what was going on as well, because both ults have been burnt on the top side now. Supermassive, they haven't got the big tank ults they want. The amazing casks that have come out of Lonely Kid so far, not available for another 15 seconds or so. When that's back online, though, I feel that you're already at a point where on the attacking side, you're like, well, great, now we're a bit screwed. However, it's more the ultimate on Bambi that's down. Don't forget, he has been the big tank in these team fights so far. Gets that ult in, disperses the whole team. They get tossed around like a pinball by the Gragas. It all works wonderfully in their favor. When those two are online, that is their strong point. And here we go.
Oh, Bambi forced to get away, and that's the wild growth used as well. Did they see that? That's the question. Has got himself that Guardian Angel in there as well to keep him safe, but that's a real problem. Meanwhile, in the base, Fiora is continuing on the tower. Finally will back away there. Now see having to do some work, and Nakras will back away, and that's going to turn the team on. They realize it is a full-on 4v4. You can see that Braum having to back away. He's safe at the moment. Tulkas goes gold. That means he's not putting the damage down, and for the first time, Tulkas got the focus in there. Bambi can go back in again, though, but that wild growth is still not available. Used up. Now it's free. So, will they go for the re-engage?
I mean, at this point, they've only killed one. It looks far worse than it actually is. In goes the Grant. Oh! The Garen, massive ultimate coming on top. They get the burn through on the other side, though. So it's pulled things down into a 4 versus 3. 1 for 1. It looked like the side of Sengal should be so much further ahead than they are, D-Man, but they're not. It's still only 1 extra kill, and 2 of their members are limping away, bleeding.
So, let's take stock of how that worked out. Sure, it looked like Sangal picked up some really good information. Oh, Bambi doesn't want to lose that Guardian Angel. And yes, they pushed and got a lot of damage down. But the fact is, Supermassive took down the bottom turret and almost the inner turret as well. That base turret, the inhibitor turret, nearly gone. So while that was all happening, the actual target, you win the game by taking turrets down, guys. That's what the focus is. Instead of just fighting, which I know a lot of people love to do, Sangal didn't really get anything for it.
I just get nervous. The more and further into this game we get, the stronger the Fiora is going to be against the Garen. He's had to go full armor at this point as well, understandably. There isn't really a massive AP threat, but the catch onto Bambi. He's got GA as well. He won't be too worried about that. What the focus is going to be here is 100% this trait. This could be the kind of thing that looks to end the game as well if they're not careful, because what have we said time and time again? Cool effects getting caught out, bad focus from Sangal. Keep an eye on where they engage and where cool effects moves.
Elder Cloud up. Still, Nakres in that top lane. So they're going to start things off, leash it off. Oh, Lonely Kid's got to be careful here. You can see Bambi wants to get involved, but the rest of his team are not quite on the same page, but they're so scared of Bambi, they're completely backing away. And that's left Nicey, and Nicey completely separated from his team. Gets caught out. A wild growth catching all 4 members of Sangal out, and it is decimation from there. The Supermassive Blaze have absolutely lived up to their name, delivering. Lemoyne has to run for his life. This could be game right now.
Forget about calling them a blaze here, D-Man. Call them a black hole, because they are devouring everything before them. There's nothing that Sengal can do, and Bambi just walked at them. It's all he did. They marched through the team, and they clean up off the back of it. What a series from Supermassive Blaze.
Top side, as we did maybe see a few jungle Rivens here and there, but Sinzao would most likely go to the jungle. And for Cut, though, they are going over to the Venn diagram combo, which is the Galio and the Camille. And to pair that up with an Assassin and a self-peel Zaya as their AD carry. So this is going to be very exciting indeed.
I'm very excited as well. And of course, without further ado, let's jump straight into game number 1. See who will be able to get that first W. Again, this GK versus Cut Esports. And now we have our eyes set on this Riven, which will most likely be the Baron lane. Xinjiao will be there at the jungle side. I actually want to talk a bit more about this Akali pick, which in the BPGL Icon series anyway, we don't see much Akali being open, but finally seeing her in the hands of Risk, Akali can pretty much just penetrate the backlines and most likely reach Firax, which of course is the main damage dealer for GK.
Yeah, that's the thing. They do have the Galio on their side. They do have the Braum on their side. So most of the biggest threats on the Akali is allied with Risk over here on this pick. So no fear. The only thing that Risk has to watch out for is if he's on a shroud, hidden in the shroud rather, Hazet can easily stun him with that big AoE as a Riven. So I think that's one of the only things that Risk should watch out for in this matchup.
That is true. And now looking at the mid lane matchup, Galio and Seraphine, maybe a few pokes here and there. And speaking of the Shroud, you were just talking about it. Risk already be picking that up just to make sure that Hazet will not be able to advance into his side. Jumping back into the mid lane, just a few pokes here and there. Seraphine does have the slight advantage earlier on. And now at the diagonal lane, just the usual skirmish here and there with the 2v2s.
And there's there's a lot of vision. You're talking about Xenon here on the Seraphine. There's a lot of vision going around for Cut Esports here. Lots of deep vision in the jungle of GKs. They want to make sure that they can keep track of Sultanas here on the Xin Zhao, especially again, we're talking about Xin Zhao, such a very scary early game ganker as well. We'll see if they're going to make moves around topside as he's looming over that area. No, he's just going to get the Krugs a little bit as GK topside does have priority.
Looks like that is going to be him. That is going to be Risk rather seeing Xin Zhao at backlines. Galio already popping or getting vision on as to where Xin Zhao is, and that just made Xin Zhao fall back. But looking now back at the Dragon Lane, that is going to be the arrows being sent out by Ash. Few pokes, that is going to be the Aqua Prison connecting onto two, but no actual commitments just yet. Winter's Bite is going to connect onto one, but no actual commitments, no actual takedown. But that is going to be the stand behind me being popped, but that is going to be into the
bubble.
The Aqua is gonna connect again. There is no follow-up. You have the kites coming through. Feather's gonna hurt a lot, but looks like they're still gonna try to go at this very slowly. Ebb and Flow connecting. That is gonna be the Hex Ultimatum being committed onto Ash, and Ash does say goodbye at the very least. Nami was able to get one kill, and it was a 1-for-1. But as I was talking, Seraphine being able to take out Galio, so now we have 2-1 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I think that's first blood in favor of GK there as we get to see them getting that gold lead, plus that extra gold as well. Just as you mentioned, Yuko, they were able to eliminate with that gank from Sultanos in the mid lane, considering that they had information that, you know, the Camille was already lingering around the bottom portion of that area. Good thing though, you know, Mijoj was nearby, 1v1 though at top side.
I thought he was gonna fully commit. Risk still not gonna risk with the perfect execution. But looking back at this replay, let's see what actually happened in that 2v2 fight.
It was risky though. Tamola does have that heal, so that extra auto attack, they were able to get first blood, but unfortunately the jungle of Cut is lingering around the corners, able to get an exchange kill over to that AD carry. Biggest thing though, as well in the mid lane, a successful gank coming from Sultanos. So they were able to get more kills on the board, especially we've seen how Xin Zhao's, when they're able to get kills early, they can spin out of control.
Side still jumping back into the game, just under 4 minutes. Rift Herald as well as the first Drake will be up in 3 more seconds. Gallery coming with the reset, but you have Camille lurking at the side. That is going to be the B drop not connecting. Xin Zhao, will you try and chase Camille? Looks like he will not commit, and he's just going to be very happy with the fact that he was able to push Camille back, because this gives him opening to try and get Rift Herald. But Akali is lurking at the sides, and now you have 6ix9ine trying to take down this dragon all alone.
Looks like Risk is gonna get a bubble to the face.
That is gonna connect, but that is gonna be Risk being able to just jump into safety. Charlotte shot has been popped yet again. Red team being able to get Cloud Dragon. At the very least, blue team will be able to get their hands on this Rift Herald.
Yeah, there was an attempt to try if Risk will be able to slow down the Rift Herald take, but the rest of GK were pretty much there and complete. And Cut, it is going to be an exchange. A dragon for a Rift Herald. A little bit worried there topside with Risk and Hazet doing a little bit of 1v1. Still though, Risk must be careful. He is he's facing a Hazet with an Ignite, so especially when you take the junglers into account as well, as Sultanos was able to get that early kill. Looking at the items, we've got Black Cleaver already completed for Hazet. Curious to see where Sultanos is going to focus this Rift Herald on. Which part of the map do they want to open up first?
Camille also has the Triforce available, so that's just gonna give her more damage in, and maybe we'll be seeing more of her at the Baron lane or maybe even a Dragon lane. So things going through the map. And I actually want to jump back to what you said earlier. Risk always does these risky plays. Like he always pushes the limit. I'm not sure if he will get taken down or will he get the kill, but I guess that's just his play style. But looking back, that is the Aqua Prison connecting as well as the Ebb and Flow. But in the mid part of the map, Galio still gets percent down by this Seraphine.
Yeah, but topside too. They were able to get to a dive onto Hazet there. A 1v2 situation. Risk is able to live, not even needing a flash over there. So that is a win for Cut if they're able to get First Blood Tower. But of course, they are up against a Rift Herald unleashed in the mid lane. And GK will get First Blood, maybe a second charge over the second tier too.
Let's see, that is with the taunt connecting. You have the top one connecting as well. Now you have the Aqua Prison connecting onto the tidal wave. That is going to be a quick knock-up and slow for Galio, but they are not going to be able to get that kill. Now there is a forced jump out, flash out for Nami. At the very least, they were able to get the second outer tier. Glacier being popped in there. Knock-up after knock-up, CCs after CCs, but here comes Camille with the hook shot, but she does get stunned. Now you have Nami being bursted down by this Saya. Now you have the blue team being forced to jump back. Now we have 3-4 on the scoreboard.
That's a lot of value for GK on that Rift Herald. But the thing is, Cut was able to minimize, or rather, get a bit of consolation prizes here and there. You know, 69 was able to get, 2 kills over that skirmish. And they were able to punish the overstay that GK has done. Let's take a look at that again. Again, value of the Rift Herald. And good job coming from the Braum to slow down the retreat of GK, to buy some time for the Camille to arrive, and, 69 coming from the side as well. So, they ran out, GK pretty much ran out of resources for that disengage, and therefore was caught in the middle of retreat.
Overall, that was just Cut having or winning the vision game, because look at the wards they had in that side.
That's a
That's 4 red wards. So they pretty much split up that side of the map. But jumping back, now you have Seraphine and Riven still holding their ground at the mid lane. 6ix9ine will be alone at the Baron lane side. Is to be these. Okay, tactical shield connecting, slows coming through, but there is no actual commitment just yet. Now you have DK just being very, very quiet and trying to play this one out conservatively, trying to turtle the game out. But now you have Camille just focusing on the buff. Seraphine's Encore is available, but I believe they're just saving that for a latter part into the game. Next dragon is going to be up in 20 seconds. So I believe both teams are just getting ready for a possible dragon fight.
Yeah, for GK is actually on a time limit here, because Cut Esports, when it comes to the 5v5s, they are clearly more comfortable in those scenarios. For GK, there's a lot of squishy targets on their side, and the disengage and as well as the heavy engage, especially up against melee with the Galio and the Braum, may serve to be a huge problem in the team fights later on. But we'll see though. GK already first on the board here with the Dragon Star, but 69 quite far away from all the fight.
V-Drop connecting onto 1. Now you have the Unbreakable coming through. Taunt is going to connect onto 1. Here comes now. He's going to jump in. That's going to be the Anchor connecting onto 1. He does get charmed. He gets knocked up. That is going to be the support saying goodbye. Now they have a 4v5 Akali. Could he jump in? Shuriken Flip is going to connect onto 1. You have the Honeycrisp being popped as well. Sustained heals coming through for the Seraphine. Looks like this could possibly be a non-contested Mountain Drake.
Yeah, it's a 4v5 situation. They lost one of their frontliners, Timus. And now what's the consolation prize? Crystalline Arrow will not be able to connect, but it's just there for the threat to scare away Cut from taking down another tower from the mid lane.
I was ready to yell if ever the enchanted crystal arrow will connect, but apparently it didn't. So I just said, okay, I'm gonna calm down. Maybe in the latter part of the game.
Especially when we look at the map, it's usually Risk or the Camille isolated in the side lanes.
And if we're gonna look at the itemizations right now, Rabadon's already available for Galio, and you also have the Solari Charge Blade up for 69. So maybe we're gonna be seeing more of these crazy or groundbreaking plays from Cut Esports. But UK, looks like they will just have to layer their CCs perfectly. Again, Baron is up, but the next Drake, the Ocean Drake, is already up as well. And you already have GK lurking into the Dragon Pit side. But you have Risk alone at Dragon Lane. That is the Twilight Shroud being popped. You have the 5-4 connecting as well. Here comes the Hero's Entrance connecting onto 1. Tosh are gonna come through as well. Here comes Braum being able to pop the Unbreakable, but here comes the other members of Cut Esports. They are gonna jump in. Hex ultimate being popped there as well. Anchor connecting onto 1, onto 2, but you have the title being popped in and there. Taya saying goodbye. Now you have Riven being able to take Galio down. Double kill going over to Xenon. And it's gonna be a killing speed. Now, the only champion left from that skirmish, this Camille, was just forced to jump back.
I was gonna say, look pretty beautiful. We've seen how the Featherstorm is able to dodge these scary AoEs that can lock 69 down, but it was pretty much overwhelming. The fact that practically Risk was just so low, it was 4v5 on paper.
2v1, will you able to survive that? Is it the yes? No, maybe he is okay. Beautiful heals coming through from this Seraphine. That is going to be Camille saying goodbye. A shot down for the jungler. Enchanted Crystal Arrow connecting, but the follow-up was just not there. At the very least, they were able to just push Risk back. 14 minutes in, it's 9-4 on the scoreboard. Gold lead in favor of GK.
Yeah, 5k gold difference. Gonna be successful for this one.
I do not know why, but I'm holding my breath. But okay, no one actually went through. So GK is just forced to show their location. Now they're going to focus on getting Baron. Remember, Akali from Cut Esports is alone on the Dragon Lane side. So it is
Teleport.
a 4-5 situation, but unless the teleports coming through, they are clumped together. That is to be a Glacier Fisher connecting onto one, onto two Shuriken Flip connecting onto one as well, but no further commitments. Enchanted Vista Arrow not gonna connect onto anything, but you have the heals coming through for Cut Esports. Sustain is definitely right there. You have the stuns connecting. Heroes enters in. Rampage going over to Seraphine, and now this is gonna be Cut Esports forced to jump back. Saya saying goodbye. Bijou connecting onto two. The damage from Seraphine is just too much for them to bear. Remember, Ash is safe at the backline. Protobell coming through from Galio, and he was able to jump his way into safety, but overall that was a 3-0 in favor of GK.
That was a commendable team fight juggle, because what they did was they baited out a lot of important ults. The Camille, Mija's not gonna have a pretty time here.
Hextech Ultimatum will be able to win that 2v1. She is still a-okay, but that is to be the arrow connecting. Camille being able to flash out. It was a good try, but at that burst from this singer. Now you have the on-guard being popped on top of that tidal wave. Saya, are you okay? But now looking into the mid lane, you have the Hextech Ultimatum being popped there. Then and there, Ash saying goodbye. The, of course, Aqua Prism are not gonna connect. Akali saying goodbye then and there. Double kill going over to Xin Zhao. And it was a 3-1 in favor of GK. Heals coming through. Speed boost is there as well. They could focus on the Nexus. You have Galio, you have Braum. They do not have sufficient wave clear. They're focusing on the Nexus, and you have GK being able to bag game number 1. The Ezreal and the Alistar duo, as we showing Krishna Flip connecting onto one, could come through. Now you have the slows coming through from this team, but let's see the knockup after knockup. But that is going to be the first one going over to Akali. Let's see if they'll be able to get another kill. Xin Zhao saying goodbye, but Xenon still going to be very much safe. Sadly, Shuriken Flip did not connect, so it looks like Risk will not commit. Let's see if Risk will actually take the risk. That is going to be the 5-4 strike connecting. He has his assassin mark being proc. Now he was able to jump out. That is going to be a try and a successful assassination coming through for this Akali. Will he commit? 5-point strike. Xin Zhao just decided to jump back, and he also saw that Camille was in the area.
Risk be crazy over here on the 1v2s. I mean, there is a possibility for it to be a potential, second kill for Risk, but
here down at the bottom lane, the Ocean Drake is now up. Rifthold is up as well. That is the headbutt connecting. Let's see if there's gonna be a follow through. Now you have Camille saying hi, saying hello. You have Ezreal jumping in. He has the mystic shot, but Xin Zhao gets bursted down. He was forced to just use the Essence Flux just so he can jump back into safety. Now you have Cut Esports focusing onto the Ocean Drake. The Aquabusin is not gonna connect, but let's see if they're gonna let this dragon go, or will they still go with the full ultimate stuns coming through. Now you have Riven there at the front line. Let's see Alistar saying goodbye. That is gonna be the Trisha Barrage connecting onto one. Galio saying goodbye. Here comes Katarina focusing onto this target, and Nami saying goodbye. It was a 3-1 in favor of GK.
And they were able to buy some time for Sultanas to come in and join the fight. And now he's able to cancel out the Camille's port back. Looks like he's safe for now. Look at that discipline.
Oh no, looks like he's not going to be safe. Risk just going in. The killing spree going over to Akali. And
as we take a look at the itemization, Rabadon's already completed for Risk. Triforce already for the Camille. But more mana fully stacked to fight.
Being popped in there. Now you have the Hextech Ultimatum as well as the Trisha Barrage being popped in there. Katarina the first one actually gets taken down. Now Ezreal saying goodbye as well. You have Nami safe with the backlines. You have a tactical sweep being used by this Camille. Focusing, that is going to be the tidal wave connecting onto two. And now Cut Esports very much happy with taking down not just the Katarina, but Rampage going over to this Risk. You have the Barrage being popped in there. You have the knockup. You have Xin Zhao being taken down. That is the Risk down to the last bar of his health. Tidal wave coming through. You have Camille focusing down on the Riven, but the damage is not enough to take down this Camille. Also has that passive being popped. Now you have the taunts connecting. Double kill going over to Camille. Rampage at that. Ezreal saying goodbye. It was a 4-0 in favor of Cut Esports. I think we have this thing called Caster's Curse, part of the map. They are waiting for an opening. Tidal Wave is gonna connect onto 2. There is no follow-up just yet. We have the kites jumping in. You have the initiate coming through for this Alistar. Will they be able to get this? They'll be dominating going over to Camille. You have the heroes and connecting onto 1. Now you have the taunts coming through. Katarina saying goodbye. Now this will be caught esports being able to get the kills and eventually get the game to win and push this to a game number 3. Now you have, that was Timu's just overstaying his welcome, but they're gonna focus on to this Lulu. Stuns are gonna connect, and that is gonna be the kill, going over to 69 even. So a beautiful first blood, a beautiful start for the ADC on Cut Esports.
Usually, when you want to put a strong level 3, level 2 spike behind, you take advantage of their level 1. Try to kite them down, especially you're in this matchup, melee, and then you're both range with range support on the Lulu. But that didn't happen because we saw everyone in the mid lane soaking up experience, clearing the wave to get priority for Seraphine, for Joe. So we didn't get to see that level 1 tussle that we usually see. And, you know, it was Tamola, unfortunately, that had to take the blunt of the hurt started by Cut Esports.
You want to focus on the objective game. You have the wards coming through, but he does get meet by the enchanted crystal. You have the Onk connecting as well. You have the beat drops connecting onto no one. That is Nibiru Next being taken down. Now you have Timo jumping in. He is being targeted by the members of GK. Now you have Ash in the backline. You have the ultimates coming through by this Leona. He jumps in. He flashes in with that Ragnarok. Now this is the time for Cut Esports to go in with the re-engage. That is going to be a killer instinct in for 6-9. Leona saying goodbye. Knockoffs coming through, but you have the Undertow connecting onto none.
Health targets of GK, they were able to get Purax off of that fight, off of that skirmish. And now we'll see if Cut is able to get 2 rewards. They got the Rift Herald, now they're aiming for this dragon. Take note, Cut still hasn't done the reset. GK already did.
They did. That is going to be a initially coming through from Timus, but he does get CC'd to the ground. Now have the beat up connecting on to 2. Here comes Xenon at the front line, being able to burst down at Leona. Stuns coming through. Akali saying goodbye though, and you have Risk being polymorphed. Now that is the green light for the side of GK. I mean, this is the red light for the side of GK. They are gonna fall back. Risk was able to pop his ultimate already, targeting this Lulu, but he does not have flash anymore. Now you have a 6-9 trying to defend his teammate. He has shields, and Risk is still A-okay.
What? 6? That could be a 1v1 actually.
That is going to be Risk being targeted by Xenon. Now you have the perfect execution being popped in there. And he was able to burst down Renekton. Xenon being able to win that 1v1. And he could even take the turret. Now in the middle of everything, Wild Growth has been committed onto the jungler. That is going to be Ola focusing onto Lulu. He is going to overcommit. Riven being able to get that kill. Now you still have the Rift Herald up and running. And lane though, you have 3 champions focusing onto the mid lane turret. Cut Esports running this 1-3-1. Will they be able to get that? Of course they will. But will GK do something about this? Of course they will as well. Now you have the beach connecting onto 1, onto 2, but that is going to be so much damage being dished out by Xenon being able to get a double kill. Rampage at that. Killing spree going over to Hazet, and Cut Esports left to die with their 2 teammates down. For Cut Esports, he is being boxed in. Will he still make it out of the ally? That is going to be a yes. He was saved by the Twilight Shroud, but that means Baron is already being started by GK. Anchor gonna connect onto 1, onto none actually. No follow-ups there as well. This could be a steal if they want to. Let's see if they will be able to go. The answer is gonna be no. Blue team actually was able to secure that Baron Nashor, and now after getting the objective, they could just fall back. But here comes Cut Esports. They want to get the kill. They want to go with the pick off. Leona saying goodbye. Ash being able to get that kill, but she actually risked her life then and there. She gets bursted down by this Olaf. Now you have Risk focusing onto Riven. Riven jumping out. You have the stuns connecting. Flash out as well. Will be enough? The answer is going to be no, because I mean, you have a scary crocodile right behind you. Voiceseeker not going to connect. At the very least, he was able to get the honey fruit.
There's so much cooldown. Look at Xenon there. He's gonna jump in. Whoa!
Okay, wow. That is the burst coming through for Seraphine. Seraphine saying goodbye. It took me a second to digest what actually happened. That was a 5-point strike.
Solero, no.
It will connect, and here comes Xenon. Risk, will you be able to survive that SDB? Yes, he was able to use literally all of his resources just to survive that one. Now he is going to be vulnerable should GK try to pick another fight. Baron is going to be up in 17 seconds, but now you have a 6-9 looking for the next possible target. Apparently no one is near his area.
So he exchanges, that split push over that team fight utility, and now Baron is started for cut.
Ultimate has been casted by this Ashe, and here comes GK. Will they be able to go to Stila? Is going to be a no, but they could still try to survive the team fight. That is going to be yes, no, maybe you're next to the first one to actually get taken down. You have Seraphine in the back line. Will you be able to do anything? That is going to be a no. Leona saying goodbye as well. It was a 2-0 in favor of GK after getting those 2 kills. They are very much confident to get this Elder Drake.
Yeah, this is going to be very juicy for GK, which they will gladly take, as that's going to be... Whoa! Oh no! 69 falls to the hands of Xenon there. That's going to be a shutdown, I believe. And they get rewarded. Will the Elder Mountain Dragon as well. It's going to be very scary with the massive shields kicking in for the fights later on against Cut.
If you can recall, in the previous fight, 6-9 was actually the one that took down Xenon. And I guess that's the reason why Xenon was so mad that you actually have Xenon split pushing, focusing on the target. You have the teleport being bought by Risk as well. They are going to try and enter the Baron's pit. Now you have Risk in the slice and dice. They're going to go with the steal. Also the teleport coming through for the side of GK. But Blue Team wasn't able to get the Baron. Now you have the Wild Growth being committed onto Jin Zhao. Killing spree going over to Ashe, and that is going to be another kill for Akali. Olaf and Seraphine saying goodbye. Ours to connect on the 6-9, but he was able to QSS his way out of there.
And that is it. That is what big death timers on Cut Esports side. We get to see GK just marching down with the Baron buff as well towards the base of Cut.
They are just gonna focus onto the Nexus. 6-9, not sure if he will be able to defend that one, but you have a wave of Baron buff minions, and that is gonna be GK being able to win the series.
Oh, yeah, but immediately gets dragged in, and that is going to be a very low Olaf. Yes, he can put damage down when low, but not when he's double teamed like that.
Yeah, they're starting to compress in the stun.
Oh, catching him out. That's not going to be good. And that's the dunk coming through top laner. Sorry, the Lulu already picked off there. Will get caught down. There's going to be the Wukong going off. Going to get on towards the Nami. Meanwhile, Ghost is going to get another there. So the Pantheon working out. He might be able to get a second if he can get the flash. Yes, he can. There's the spear. The Ziggs goes down. And that is decimation with Future with a real lead.
Yeah, they got a big bonus with the Rift Herald on the board for them as well. So this is huge. Ghost is... was able to get early game kills as well. So he's going to be a huge problem against Wavy for sure, as we can see what the call is going to be for Wavy. They've decided, okay, we lost the Rift Herald, we lost the fight, let's just pursue this dragon.
Going to go straight for it. The Ezreal is there immediately to respond. The Kali is coming close, but I think they're going to be out of position. As you say, Rift Herald being used for the top lane, so just going to trade that tower down, and that will be the dragon for Wavy, but the top tower is almost certainly sacrificed.
Yeah, First Blood Tower is going to go over to the Future. And now it is going to be a second charge, actually, because there are no wave clear. That's just a measly Wukong having to fight against 3 members.
I'm not sure I like this. They're trading a tier 1 for a tier 2 because they're trying to take the bottom turret at the moment themselves, but the Rift Herald's still very much going to slam this one down. They're going to get the kill as well. So in the end, a kill and the tower. Tier 2 tower, though. That's a big start at just 6 minutes in.
Yeah, Zach's tried his best against the 1v3 scenario, actually 1v4. Taking into account, that's the 3rd charge. That is value right there on that Rift Herald. And now FT is able to get a lot of value. Look at there to run. And it's fight again.
He goes straight back into it. That's going to be the Ragnarok popped off. And is it going to be enough on the back line? He's kind of been left in the lurch, so his team were not with him. The Ziggs Mega Inferno Bomb does come down, but not able to connect. Now the man drop comes in. Nez is kind of separated from his team. He's going to get surrounded here. But there's a lot of low hit point champions in there at the moment. Ghost's going to get away with nothing. Or is he? Because they can turn it on. The Ziggs is coming chasing through. Has he got enough? There's the Wukong to come deliver. Should be able to separate. The flash comes through. He's going to pop his ulti. Will be able to catch it out there. And this is cleanup crew for Wavy. Now, the Akali in here, that could be a problem, but it is a 3v1. I've got to assume he's going to back out. No, goes for it. And now the Ziggs, no mana left for the Ziggs. He could get himself a second here, but it's going to be the...
Yeah, he's just solo manning this behind of the dragon pick as he circles around.
Are they going to try and engage for it? Yes, he is. He's going to go around the side there because the Akali going diving does get Nez down. Can he manage to finish off WLYC? No. Survives, but it doesn't matter. Ghost is there to support, and Zats now is in all sorts of trouble. He's going to go down. That is a team ace. Absolutely dominated. I got to be honest, it's a fight that Wavy should never have taken.
Yeah, they were a little bit scattered there, and FDE had the better positioning. They were able to isolate targets one by one. They were able to clean up, and it was such a clean ace with only Kuro being Guardian's Angel, just one Guardian Angel. That means, more survivability for them to just get onto the back line and survive as much as they can. Great for the rest of the squad, but Baron started.
Yeah, interested to use Grand Skyfall to jump into Baron Pit there. Not too convinced on that one, I gotta be honest, but Guru has been caught off. That's the Akali down, and now they're in all sorts of trouble. What an absolute mess this could be here. They're trying to regroup, trying to get around there, but now the Wukong's gonna try dive in there. Has got the wild group, but the rest of his team's just abandoned him. What are you doing? They've just left him. They had the advantage. They were so scared of the Darius.
And that's the thing, they had vision over there, so it felt like they were disjointed whether they wanted to pursue the fight or not. So yeah, just as you mentioned, Zats unfortunately was isolated, and basically the rest, look at the apprehend.
Finally, they're pulling him into all this tower, but it's a little too late. Look at that, he's going to walk away. He's got himself the Guardian Angel as well, and Ezreal, Emperor Duck, is just commanding himself at the moment. He may even stick around a little too long here, I think, because here comes Zats. He's not going to be able to get away with that one. He's already used the image as well. There's the ulti coming through to try and get away with this one. They're going to try and turn it back around, but there's the Guardian Angel kicking in now. Zats will go down. The Darius dunk working wonders. Gets himself a second as well. Can't quite land the hook onto the Ziggs, but it doesn't matter. WLC just about surviving there with the bomb. But now Druid, can he land the undertow? Or is he going to get caught up? He actually went through the honey fruit to try and get the heal off. He wanted to turn it around onto TT. Not going to happen, but here comes the Akali. Cleanup duty, not going to happen. Druid is finally strong enough to deal with him. Wavy's point of view, I was about to say take the pressure off the inhibitor turrets, but I got to be honest, Zats, you're dead here, Zats. Or is he? Yeah, he definitely is. Oh, meanwhile, back around the Baron Pit. Speaking of that, Druid's going off at the moment. Can he get the slam down? He gets onto Ghost. Now he comes to support that he needed. The Ziggs, meanwhile, is in all sorts of trouble. Emperor Duck is popping off at the back there. He gets a little peek. Did you see that cheeky little shot onto Baron to make sure he puts a bit of damage down as well? The Guardian Angel not going to be enough. That's going to be Kuru coming up, clean-up duty. That is another team ace.
What a fight from FDE. First, it started with the 1v1 attack, the bottom lane, where Kuro was able to eliminate, Zats here on this Wukong, and now they're just heading straight for the base. No need for the Baron. They want to open up this Wavy base right at this moment.
Only 6 seconds on the Wukong. That's all that's available. They may well just be able to go and finish this one. Now, will they want to go for it? They've got 3 cannon minions. They're instead going to take the collateral and try and take as many towers as they can. They've still got a 3-second timer. They could finish it right now, and they absolutely will. Kuru's going to come in. Emperor Duck will finish it off. There's the spawns coming through, but it's too little too late. Absolutely. Meanwhile, top lane is obviously the good old classic, I guess you could say, the Demacia classic of Jarvan the Fourth. Oh, hello, what's going on in the mid lane? That's going to be Olaf coming through. We were talking about counter jungle chances. I mean, that was an obvious bait, but Kuru may actually get taken down. He gets into the shroud and will be able to dash away. The aggression comes through. Oh, and he gets sniped out nicely there by WLYC. My God, that's going to feel good after getting dominated by that Akali in the last game.
Yeah, and then they get another bonus kill as well, as unfortunately, Jarvan was trying to walk to the mid lane, but
here comes the man drop straight in there, and here comes the support as well. The Galio jumping on top, should be able to get the slam down, and he will do.
Bubble.
That takes down the Lulu. Now the double bubble, but is it enough to try and keep them at bay? No, Kuru's going to be the focus target. There's the jump, there's the stun, and that is a dead Akali. So Emperor Duck's going to come in support. Nez is going to be the focus target. The undertow does go down, and there is the dunk, and that is a dead Nez And now, with the Rift Herald being used in the top turret as well, but it's going to get countered in there. Kuro comes in. That's going to lock one down. Zats is going to be able to get away, but is it going to be enough? No! Well, it's going to be a 1-for-1, I think, in the end there. There's the True Shot Barrage coming through, but the mid-turret tier 1 did go down as well. So while this all keeps happening, and yes, Wavy are getting involved and enjoying the fights, Emperor Duck keeps taking down turrets.
Yeah, he has been doing this since, you know, game number 1, while the rest of the four-man...
Okay, turning that around. That's a little aggressive. Yeah, I can say he's going to have to get away from this one, but maybe he's got the safety net to come in here. Nico is there, but I don't think he's going to be able to get away from this one. Way too early. Ghost just sitting there waiting to try and come in and go for that smite fight. He's going to get locked up. The dragon taken low, doesn't get the smite down. Instead, it will go across to Wavy. Now they're turning on to Kuru. Kuru is dead. That is him picked off. And that will be a simple disengage. Now,
Gold. Oh, wait,
they're baiting. Here comes Kuru as well. Duck was on the full bait there, and that has completely caught out WMVC on the Galio. Complete bait.
Just the bait successful. Meanwhile, mid lane, this could be another fight.
Now, Kuro and Duck are coming. Are they going to be a little bit late? Jury taking very low, but he's going to be able to survive that one. Not going to quite be enough. And now here comes the carries. Nico having to get away from this one. It's a little bit messy, there's no doubt about it. They do manage to catch off the AD carry, and now they can see cleanup duty coming through. Druid goes in, but he's committed too deep. Duck will be able to finish this one off, no doubt about it. Ghost is going to get the Undertow down, and that will finish off the jungler as well. So Ghost! Caught out! WLYC, that's about the best start he can go when your jungler goes down so easily. That is your smite gone. Juru goes in, commits, tries to use that ultimate, but it's not going to be enough. WLYC will disengage. Job done.
That is, yeah, that is quite unfortunate. It was just a big chunk of damage coming from WLYC over there. I mean, he is pretty painful having that Rabadon, having a lot of magic items on the board. Look at Kuro, so close.
Oh, Zats is going to get sniped down. Surely no. Here comes the man drop coming through. Is it going to be enough? The Grand Skyfall from Druid is close. Zats still going in with that Garen. That's just how tanky Garen can be. Just walks away, heals himself back up there. If only they had something to finish off. Emperor Duck is back here. Ghost is back. Tower safe. Still getting the ward coverage down in the picture-in-picture. They're going to focus on Juru, actually. We're talking about the fact he doesn't have any tanky items in there. Very low. Meanwhile, in the pit, Druid's going to come through. Doesn't manage to get it down. The smite came through in the end there. Look at Zats. He's on nothing. Diddy's on nothing. Nez is on nothing. This is going to be cleanup duty for future here. True Shot Barrage says, thank you very much. WLYC's getting away in the back there. Zats trying to get away.
See whether or not FD is going to pursue this Baron. But look at top side, though.
Oh, Emperor Duck, that's the carry getting caught out. That's a big loss for We're Future to lose the AD carry, Emperor Duck. They have got the rest of the team here. Let's see if they can try and turn it around. Not worth fighting for that Scuttle Crowd, but they did try and catch it. The wave doesn't catch anyone, though, from Wavy, and they're going to turn a burn on towards this Baron with the AD carry of Emperor Duck down. That is a big loss. They're going to turn. They're going to go for Ghost. That's one they want. Zuri caught out. He gets flag and drag. He actually caught all 5 members, but will pop. He has no tank ability. Simply tried to lock the rest of the team up, and this is now just cleanup duty maybe for them. They have to just delay this Baron, though. They're not strong enough to take it. Oh, Kuru going in, going to go through. There goes Gold. Has he got enough to try and dive on them? He's just biting enough time for Ghost to come through, but they can't get the damage down.
Teleport?
Kuru easily focused. Now, Emperor Duck is back.
He's back.
Back on his feet. It's been such a long fight. He had a 30-second death timer. 4 members getting caught by the True Shot Barrage, all taken so low. It's delayed Baron. It's done the job, but he's still going in. Now they're going to pile onto him. He tries to get the damage down. He may well just do that. Gets one. He trades off with Kuru. Kuru getting picked off. Sorry, Ghost going down. Now he wants to get more damage down. My God, how is this kid still going?
Fight.
Yeah, they're going straight in. They're going to try and catch on. True Shot Barrage not really catching too many here. Duck is still not available. Now he's about to join the fight, so the damage will come down. He's got 16,000 gold spent on items, and he's the man that can turn this fight around in their favor. We'll be able to get the one down. WLC goes gold, but won't get away with that one. Now TT, the next focus target, should be able to get the shift in there, but look at Druid start around the side. The stun comes in. The bubble not quite catching. That could have definitely been the pickup kill in the meanwhile. But meanwhile, he does get himself the Nami down. Everybody else will disengage. 3, 4, 2.
That's crazy.
Get in there, get that Elder Dragon down as quickly as possible. They instantly turn a burn onto Nico. Nico, massive damage coming through. Zat should be able to finish that one off. It will finally be Nez. We haven't seen a great deal of Nez so far in that vein. He's been locked down in every team fight. But now it looks like it's going to be We're Future that try and take away this Elder Dragon. And I've got to be honest, Zats, this is really risky. He's going to go for it. Drew taken low. That's going to jump away from that one at the moment. Everybody's low in the pit. You can see Zuri's going to have to back away from this one. It will still be the Dragon. It's still out there. But now Kuru is on cleanup duty. He comes through. He gets himself a triple. They get the Dragon as well. We're Future looking dominant.
Yeah, more kills, more objectives off the map for We're Future. And now they're heading straight heading straight to the base as Wavy has a lot of death timers. It's only TT they're defending as a Nami.
Yeah, this got to be it. This is surely over. 2-0, I feel, is coming this way. The German team, We're Future, looking to lock this one out, and they're going to do just that. So Wavy, you know, they took it as chaotic as they could. 23-20 in terms of kills. Make that 24 as he dies on the fountain. But the Nexus will fall, and We're Future will progress